So I saw this ad in the paper for Lebanon Police Department, and I was like, wow, I wonder if I could like be calm amongst like conflict and, stuff that's scary. Like, can I kind of maintain this martial spirit? And so I literally had no desire to be a cop, but just went down and applied. It paid better than I had ever been paid in my life with medical and dental benefits. So I was like, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And it stuck, and I did it. And I ended up going and being a trooper. I covered a really rural area of northern New Hampshire. It's referred to as Patrol 5. It had 9 towns, and only 2 of them had police departments. So I did all sorts of stuff. So those mean guys that pull you over on the side of the highway, that I was not that guy. I was doing burglaries and rapes and all sorts of crazy stuff in way up north, breaking up domestics. And I really started to see my industry, policing as a place that needed change organizationally. So I went to school and got a master's degree in organizational leadership and management. Really in retrospect, I think my frustration with the state police was that it does have some elements of oppression within it, and we can talk about it later. But oftentimes when we talk about racism and systems of oppression, we think of it as affecting only minorities or we would call them priority populations or underrepresented people, but it really affects everyone, just differently and more disproportionately. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go be the chief of police somewhere. So I found this little tiny town in northern New Hampshire that had a police shooting like 5 years before, and they really were ripped apart. And I was like, I'm gonna put this town back together. I'm gonna regain some faith and trust and humanity in this place. And I was bound and determined to do it. So I became the chief in this town called Franconia. It's up in Franconia Notch, if you've ever been up there. And that's where I met my wife, and that's how I ended up becoming Alan's brother-in-law. And and that's where I cut my teeth as far as like, how do you reach into a community and, and really be part of its heart and soul. And so that's kind of what got me into racial equity work. Although New Hampshire's a very white state, I was that's when Black Lives Matter and all the shootings were coming to light, partially because of the internet and people being able to post it, something that's been happening for a long time. But it pulled the curtain back, and I was like, I am not going to stand by. If my profession's doing this, I'm going to make a difference. And so that's how I got into racial equity work. It's a long road into your question, but that's the meat of it.